Well, hopefully this is it. Hopefully this is it. Drowned vestiges. I only saw him a moment before he disappeared behind a building, but I'm pretty sure Galulja is heading further south. I'll contact Alice on Link Pearl and let her know to join us. Yeah, there's that Aetheryte over there. A patrolling sentry? Please don't turn around. Some sort of geyser of lightning ether? So what are you? Gargants. Also, 1 second. This is the area, but the canals and the debris make it hard to get a good view. Let's split up and search. If you could head into the canals, I'll make my way through the streets. When we find Galulja, let's watch from a distance until he gets to his destination. We don't want to startle him, and cause an accident. We're just gonna go ahead and do this. Withdraw. Oh dear. Hmm? Hmm? Someone wants to sell me something! I'm probably not the first one who cracked that joke. Oh, he's running. Not gonna lie, I'm a little surprised they haven't done a doubling back, like, gag on this guy. Or on any of these, I should say. Phew. Duty complete!
He's come a long way on such short legs. It's a relief he didn't get hurt.
What's here, I wonder?
Aww.
So he's looking after those little ones.
Gululja.
Not another step!
What? A sentry?
Run, Gululja, run!
You know the boy. Who are you? And what do you want?
My name is Wuklamat, and I've come to talk to Gululja.
Is that so?
I'm sorry if I scared you. I want to get to know you better. That's all.
And you, my boy, do you wish to speak with them?
I heard them talking. She said she's going to kill my father.
Villains! I will deal with them forthwith!
But... I want to get to know her too.
I see. If that is your desire, then I shall stand aside.
All right then. Let's talk, you and I. Lots. But, who's the ancient-looking and articulate machine?
If I look ancient, it is because I am. This has been my vessel for no less than 380 years.
Vessel?
Otis is my friend. When I was hungry and sad, he came and looked after me.
Otis.
He cooks for me and teaches me all kinds of things. Like how to read and write and not be noticed by dangerous creatures.
This machine cooks for you.
And teaches you about fiends. What is he exactly?
Ah! How remiss of me. I had neglected to introduce myself. Sir Otis Valona, Lord Captain of the Royal Knights of Alexandria. At your service.
Otis Villona.
You're captain of the knights?
You've been functioning for nearly 400 years?
And there I thought it was Gululja with whom you wish to speak. Not that I'm averse to taking a walk down memory lane. But ere I regale you, we must take our repast.
A meal. Here. I hate to turn down food, but I prefer to have this conversation in the back room.
Please, I'm really hungry.
All right, all right. A repast it is.
That didn't take much convincing.
She's going to spoil her nephew silly. I'll send word to Erenville so the others can stop worrying.
Now, if I might prevail upon your assistance, I shall whip up my most delectable specialty.
I like Otis so far. Can't wait for him to turn out to be a major bad guy. He spoke to us. Glulja actually spoke to us. If Otis has been around for as long as he claims, perhaps he knows things that not even Oblivion is aware of. Otis cooks the best food. So, my new friends, I would enlist your aid in procuring the ingredients for a repast. After all, the most enjoyable meals are those we make together. We're happy to pitch in, of course. What ingredients did you have in mind? First of all, some yam and pumpkin. The people of the outskirts should be willing to share their harvest. If you and Gululja could go and speak with them. Sure. I'll ask for the cast-offs too, as usual. As for Tharic and Alize, I would be obliged if you would procure some woolback meat. The creatures can be found grazing on the slopes outside of town. As beef is less readily available, their flesh makes for a good substitute. That of the younger ones especially, as it is more tender and less gamey. Consider it done. We'll be back with the meat before you know it. Thank you kindly. In the meantime, I shall see to the other preparations. Otis, just gonna hang out. Archaeo Alexandria. To the north and west, so I've actually passed it at this point. Probably on that bridge over there. Yep. I was right on it being on a bridge, but just not necessarily correct as to which bridge. One horse to another. $400 yalms to the south. That's one of 3 left to find. to the east. I can wait and see if there's a quest that'll take me there. Say, why don't we make a contest out of it? Whoever delivers meat first is winner. To the north and the east. Woolback loin, a fatty cut of woolback meat that serves as a satisfactory substitute for beef. Yep. I was gonna say I'm riding the Susanna wolf. Gosh, I should go unsync Susanna's fights, if only because that was pretty enjoyable. What's this? Am I to understand that you have already procured meat? You are indeed. Good heavens, you have! And such a choice cut it is, besides. 'Tis plain you know how to handle yourself in battle. Where 400 years ago, I would have recruited you to the Royal Knights. Boots. Helmets. Once Alize brings her portion, we shall have a glorious bounty to satisfy growing younglings like yourselves. Indeed, I expect there will be ample leftovers to share with the good folk of the Drift Towns. They always appreciate a warm meal. Now, seeing as you've completed your tasks so quickly, I have another request to make of you. We've exhausted our supplies of kindling electrope, and I should be grateful if you would search the houses yonder for more. In the Old Kingdom, electrope rations were issued to each citizen, while small fragments may still be found here and there. If you obtain 5 pieces, say, at least one ought to be what we require. That is, the kind that converts lightning to fire. Galuljaw can identify them by their circuitry, so pray take them to him. The boy has become quite deft at discerning electrope types, and in a very short time, I might add. Now, off you go, and happy foraging! Okay, they're all just going to be processed electrope. Quite a curious little cube of it. This piece of electrope has been engraved with arcana circuits. A practiced eye is required to discern the effect. Jeez. Y'all are raring for fights, aren't you? I dared to think I'd won this time, but it turns out you were already off doing another task. We've got the requested vegetables, along with a few extra bits. I have to say, all this running around's made me hungry. Hang on, sorry. The others have returned as well. What a blessedly lively day this has become. Otis says you have electrope for me? Here you go. Wow, you found a lot. Let's see, this one creates wind, this one for water. You can tell just like that? I'm impressed. Clever, isn't he? I bet he gets it from his father. Ah, this is it. This converts to fire. It absorbs lots of lightning, so we should be able to kindle a flame easily. Thank you, Thorak. Thanks to your kind assistance, we have everything we need for our repast. You have done your part, and now I shall do mine. I bid you relax, my friends. The meal will soon be served. This is the kind of thing families do, Galoja. We have meals together and talk about what's on our minds. So you ate with your father? Yes, with them and my brothers. It was mostly the head of Resolve and I doing the talking, though Kona and the head of Reason occasionally joined in, and Zeralja spoke when he was spoken to. You said that you have two papas. Does that mean one is yours and the other is my father's? No. Both are our father. He's what people call blessed siblings, a Mamulja with two heads. Zeralja is his true-born child, while Kona and I adopted and don't share the same blood. But that doesn't make us any less a family. What matters is that our hearts are connected. The head of Resolve taught me that. Family. Do you have someone like that too? A person you think is family, even though you don't share the same blood? That's a good question. What about you? I do, and they're very dear to me. I'd like to meet them one day. So, Galoja, I'm hoping that we could be family, you and I. Won't you tell me about yourself? You really want to know about me? I do. I want to know all about you, the things you love, the things you hate, anything and everything. I want to know all about you too. That reminds me. We were hoping to hear your story too, Otis. As you wish, but be forewarned that mine is a tale that will be long in recounting. It was before lightning had altered the world that I was appointed Lord Captain of the Royal Knights. We're talking hundreds of years prior to the calamity, right? Indeed. Earlier still than when I assumed this mechanical form, 450 years ago to be precise. Then you used to be a normal person. Oh yes, I was once flesh and blood like you, and I proudly served as a Knight of Alexandria. So rather than a machine that behaves like a person, you are an actual person. How is this possible? 'Tis only natural that you are confused. Hear my tale to the end, and all shall become clear. The foremost duty of the Royal Knights was the protection of the royal family. In my time, that was their Majesties the King and Queen, and their only child, Her Highness the Princess. By then, every nation of our star was embroiled in some manner of conflict over Electrope. Thus was our kingdom drawn into a war with its neighbor. That war was the catalyst for the great calamity that altered the environment. Countless countrymen lost their lives amidst the chaos, the king and queen among them. For our blessing, we were able to protect the princess, who then rose to the occasion and brought hope to her people in those trying times. So kind-hearted was our young queen that, at her behest, we even took in refugees from the enemy nation. But sadly, her reign was cut short, like many others. Her body had been ravaged by lightning, and one day she collapsed and passed away. How tragic. Aye, nary was there a citizen whose eyes remained dry, and many a moon was spent constructing a great tomb worthy of her memory. Yet I clung to hope still, for while Her Majesty was on her deathbed, the kingdom's finest scientists had successfully extracted her soul. Did we hear that right? Extracted her soul? Our flesh may wither and die, but so long as we are remembered, we may live on. This age-old belief always comforted our people, but as casualties mounted in the wake of the calamity, we sought to make it into reality through the power of Electrope. In time, we succeeded in developing the means to preserve the soul, and it was used to spare the Queen eternal death. Yet it wasn't enough to simply prevent the soul's departure, for the ultimate goal was to recreate a person as they were in life, and this soul required that their memories be further extracted from their soul. It took many years of research to make this possible, by which time I had become a grey old man. With my days numbered, I did not hesitate to volunteer myself as a test subject for the procedure. So, it was that I attained this vessel. And by my successful rebirth, I paved the way for those who are recreated from the memories of the departed. The Endless, they are called. If the tale is true, then the queen that your people brought back to life. It wouldn't be Sphene, would it? Oh, so you know Her Majesty as well. My description of her boundless kindness must have paled in comparison to what you no doubt felt in her presence. Drink! Again, I say this. Drink water. Okay, let's try and speed back to where I was. Yeah, I gotta answer this. That was so weird. The screen faded out to the disconnect screen. Let's see, it's just after the multiple choice thing here. The lightning strike back there is perfectly timed. It wouldn't be Sphene, would it? Oh, so you know Her Majesty as well. My description of her boundless kindness must have paled in comparison to what you no doubt felt in her presence. I haven't met her myself, I confess, not since assuming my current form. Wouldn't want to frighten the living daylights out of her. There's no way I was that close to the end of this cutscene. Wow, 90Ks of perfectly timed points. Jeez. Does this mean the Queen of Alexandria isn't actually a person like you and me? I have seen my queen from afar many times, but I have not the courage to approach her. This isn't out of cowardice, mind you, but rather concern. Yes, concern that I would cause Her Majesty undue distress. Otis has told me the tale before. The Endless. So all this time, Sphene wasn't alive? She lives, yet she does. She lives, yet she does not. 'Tis admittedly a difficult distinction to make. We have a paradox called Schrodinger's cat. Having inherited the memories of a departed soul, an Endless feels, thinks, and acts precisely as that person would. In that sense, I believe they are alive. The Alexandrians know about this, right? It can't have gone unnoticed that Sphene is perpetually youthful. No one really knows about the Endless. People who wear regulators don't even think about death. Everyone sees that the queen doesn't change, but they just accept it. To them, it's just who she is. Are the Endless apart from yourselves? While there should be as many Endless as those who have died, I believe they are limited in where they can exist. Queen Sphene is unique in her ability to appear before you. Strictly speaking, I myself am not an Endless. They are created using memories extracted from a soul, but my entire soul was placed inside a machine. Being inside a machine makes you different. How? While I do not understand the finer points, my life is bound to this vessel. If it breaks, then it would be over for me. Much like a being of flesh and blood. Hardly an endless, unchanging life. I'm sure you'll agree. An endless, unchanging life. I can't help but be reminded of the Ia. Did Kakiwa and the others know all about this? Considering their extensive intelligence gathering, I'd be surprised if they didn't. For now, let's share what we've learned with Kryl and Raha. I can't help but have misgivings about this. Another cutscene? Oh, I think I know.
Nahe, is that you? Good gods, Ellen Nespia! It's been too long, my friend. Where have you been all these years? What have you been doing with yourself? Hold on. They say Queen Sphene has guests from outside the barrier. That's you, I gather?
It seems so. I'm looking for my mother. Do you know where she is?
Oh no.
Your mother? Sorry, but what was she like again?
Oh no.
What? It's Kafkiwa. You know, the one who was too adventurous by half? Who journeyed with the Dawn Servant?
It's not ringing any bells.
You can't be serious. Ours was a tiny little village. Surely you remember her.
I really don't. It's all a blank.
Is anyone else here from the village?
Hello?
Hey!
Huh? Elenespia?
I'm looking for Kafkiwa. Where is she?
What's this all of a sudden? Who's Kafkiwa?
This cannot be. The memories of the departed are taken away. No.
Alessia, where are you? The others will be here soon, so hurry back, won't you? Do you hear me? Say something, would you?
I think I understand what happened here. So we finally got the introduction to the Endless, and that's where we learn about that machine. That's not just a machine, that's Kafkiwa. As many Endless as those who have died. So where are they? And how have they been living up until now? We'll have to ask Kafkiwa what she knows. And if she's hiding things from us, we need to know why. Why are you all making those serious faces? Although the mood became a tad subdued at the end, I thoroughly enjoyed our repast together. We did too, Otis. To hear about the Endless was something of a shock, but we likewise enjoyed your company. Above all, I'm glad that you and I could talk, Galuja. Galuja. We're going to get along great, I just know it. You think so? I'm happy for you, my boy. Now then, I presume you will be returning to Everkeep. Permit me to accompany you at least a part of the way. About Sveen. It doesn't matter to me if she's an Endless, whether she's alive like you or me or not. I've seen enough to know that she has a good heart. What worries me is the burden she bears. We still don't know what it is. I expect that there are things she can't tell us, not with Zeralja watching, but at the very least, I'd like to know what the Endless are to her. Sorry, I didn't mean to delay us. I just felt the urge to share my thoughts with you. Oh, on the way back, let's make a quick stop at the Drift Downs. I want to tell Tapu about how it went. He who remembers. At least this wasn't during a cutscene this time. Wow, the internet dropped long enough for me to get DC'd, but not long enough for me to lose connection to the stream. Interesting. Alright, please don't let me get disconnected now. Jeez! Alright, hang on. Okay, server. Are we cool? Weishi. Now, here's a face I haven't seen around these parts before. Can I borrow a moment of your time? You see, a member of our group has been making frequent trips up the hill to the graveyard. I suspect there's a problem, but he doesn't seem willing to talk about it. Not to us, anyway. A stranger willing to lend a friendly ear, however, may convince him to open up. If it's not too much to ask, will you travel out to the name slates and speak to him? The man you're looking for is a Shitona like myself. Holy crap. Hang on. F14 server status. I must admit, this is not the sort of place one expects to make idle conversation with strangers. Are you one of those travelers from beyond the barrier everyone's been talking about? That explains why I haven't seen you around. Let me ask you something, outsider. Have you ever visited a grave to pay your respects? I have. Oh, whoops. Didn't mean to do that. It's just getting a little worrisome because it's like I want to finish at least base Dawntrail's story before getting to the patches, but it's like I'm not staying connected long enough to do it. I know a DirectX error. Jeez. Crap. I have to cut the stream short then. I just got 2002, so the data center I think is having a DDoS attack right now. Alright. I've been Okami. I'll see you all again later. Bye bye.